Hello, this is Sarah Arrow, and as you can see, I'm over in Birds on the Blog, one of my sites, and I'm looking at Optin Tango Pro. And I was given a review copy by Leah Butler Smith. I love a lot of Leah's products, and you may often see me or hear me, or if you're subscribed, get messages about Leah's things because they're really useful for when you're trying to grow your business online. So the first thing I did was install it and then add in my license key. The next step is to connect the autoresponder that you belong to, and these are the people that manage your mailing list. So you may not actually use the autoresponder function, but you want to connect your mailing list to the Optin Tango plugin. The next step is to move along to the form wizard. And I'm like you, I've never seen this before, even though I've had the plugin since last October. This is an upgraded version that I'm looking at now. So let's call it Video Birds, and I will choose Get Response, and then it will invite me to my list, so I'll choose Birds on the Blog for that. I don't need any custom fields or to hide the URL. It would be nice to know what the thank you URL is. I can't remember that off the top of my head, so I'll just leave that blank. The next step is to design our action button, and as you can see, every part of it is customizable. So if you've got a specific audience that likes certain things, certain colors, certain wording, oh gosh, it sounds like a pile up on the A13 major road outside my house. So where were we? Back to here. So we'll use the word subscribe instead of text. Oh, I can't even spell subscribe these days. Oh. And we can change the fonts here and use a nicer one if we prefer. And let's go with that over Arial. And we can choose colour styles such as this. So we've got shades on the palette there. And the fonts can be bolded or italic, and we've even got the options to make it transparent if we prefer. So as you can see, we've got things like the border radius that we can adjust here, and all sorts of other little things to tweak it and make it exactly how we would like it. The final step in this section is to choose the particular form that we want, and this form, as you can see, is mobile responsive. So let's scroll through and see what there is. I quite like that purple one. We'll probably come back to that. Oh, and that's quite captivating as well, and it's incredibly different from a lot of the ones that are out there on the market. So it's good to see that you're going to be putting content out there and asking for details in a way that isn't common to everybody else. Because I've got to be honest, if you've seen one pop-up domination form, you've seen them all. And I quite like that one too. Gosh, it looks like I'm going to be spoilt for choice. But as you can see, there's an incredible amount of really useful ones that you can customize yourself. So let's go with this and save it. Oh, it's asking me for a thank you URL. I'm just going to invent one. I like that it prompts me. And let's go down to the bottom where I was and save it all. Oh, I seem to have gone on to that one now. Let's go back to the one that I liked. I think I'm going to spend half the day after I've recorded this video just going through what the options are and start customizing them, because there's an incredible amount of choice. So it's, oh, I need to select the form. How do I select the form? Save opt-in form set. Oh, when I did the thing, I didn't change the button. Well, it's good that we're doing this live. You can just see how competent at everything I am. And as you can see, our changes have been saved. Right, there's the option now to have the question form wizard. So you can actually ask and filter or even qualify your prospects before you even put them into your autoresponder if you're not general list building. So let's have a look at that. We can have a question and how long that will delay or how long it will take to show, and that's set in milliseconds. Again, we can choose different lists, so we can have multiple forms on different pages, and then you can select the question and then the form, and then oops, where am I, the second form. Now, this is really good because I talk a lot about blogging, and if I'm talking about beginners blogging, I can actually segment my list in the form of a question. And instead of saying, do you want fries with that, like McDonald's does, I can actually say, are you a beginner blogger? Would you like some advice starting out? And then it's a yes, absolutely, I am a beginner, or no, I'm not, I'm more experienced. And if they're more experienced, I can send them to a form that sends them the more experienced content. That way, I'm segmenting my list and using it to my advantage. The blog form wizard, that actually allows you to do some really amazing things, and you can have these underneath your blog posts. So again, you've got quite a lot of designs, different ones that you can have. So if you're not using a theme such as Genesis or Thesis, where you can add a box underneath your blog post, you can actually have this plugin do it for you, which is another fantastic thing. Then there's the form builder, and what this does is it allows you to take the HTML of your form and use it on another website that isn't WordPress. So it could be that you're building squeeze page or silo sites across the web for very specific things, and you want them to go into one generic list, or you wish to use the question function. So you can choose your form here, the standard form, and then when you've added in your bits and pieces, you can then save this and get the code to use it elsewhere. You can also use it for very specific campaigns. And what this does, now this is incredible functionality, this allows you to add in your forms, and then it shows the most optimized and converting form. Now, I've read about this on the JV Partners page. I've not actually tested the aspect of it myself. I do realise I'm running into 8 minutes of video now, and as soon as I get off this, I'm pretty much going to be installing this on Saki Media and tweaking and testing the campaigns. So the final two parts are the form management. So you can have a look at what forms are working and how many forms you've got and swap them around. And finally, the form tracking, so you can see what's converting and where people are clicking. It may surprise you if you've never done any of this kind of tracking before, where people are actually coming from. Are they landing on your page and opting in straight away? Are they clicking and connecting with you at the bottom of a blog post? Is it a question that you're asking that gets the results that you want? And of course, when you've got this data, it allows you to be a much more efficient, productive marketer. So there we have it, and I really, really like it. And the reason that it's called Optin Tango is because it's a two-step opt-in. Now, I've not got it set up, as you've seen. I've just partially started working on it over here, but over on Saki Media, and I'm just going to type that in so you can see. I've been using another plugin that's nowhere near as good as this. I don't have the tracking facilities and I don't have the form options. But as I scroll down the page, you'll see it says get my free course, and when I click on that, I get the second step. So the first step is the click. The second step is the form coming down, as you can see. Now that isn't Optin Tango, that's something else, but it's soon going to be replaced. And it converts its socks off. Other people who've been testing this out have had reports of up to 300% improvements in their conversion. And I would like to say it's entirely the two-step process, but when you start targeting and segmenting the information that you're asking for, you're gonna get a better opt-in. So if I ask people, are you a beginner blogger or are you more advanced, I'm asking them to qualify themselves, and when they respond to either one, I'm building that list, and that becomes not only a more productive use of my time, but it means the person who's opting in gets more targeted content, and that is what I think is the secret of the conversions. Now you're going to see a lot of people sharing this information, because this is an incredible product and it's incredibly useful to you. So I hope that you found this beneficial, and if you've got any questions, please email me, sarah@birdsontheblog.co.uk or sarah@Saki Media. I hope you found this useful, and I sincerely hope that in this video my headset, which is a brand new one by the way, hasn't cut out halfway through. I'll speak to you soon.